Yeah, another thing is, for instance, I did this stamp last year, or 2 years ago, for the Dutch post office, and they asked us to make like innovative stamps. So this stamp is made with a lenticular effect, so it has like 30 frames of images in there. So when you pick up the stamp, there's a little film in there. In a way, the smallest and shortest film ever, because it's only 30 frames. And the film was shot by Anton Corbijn. And here we also, to the press, we said like that we would present a new film of Anton Corbijn. I got into the cinema, people dressed up for the opening of the film, and then we showed this film. It's always nice to make a stamp for the Dutch, official Dutch stamp, with this image also. Be proud of that. Yeah, this is something I did last year for a photography museum in Amsterdam. They asked me to be part of an exhibition where they wanted to look at what the future of a photography museum would be. And they asked 4 people to come up with a prediction for that. And what I did is, I thought it would be nice to see if you look for 24 hours on download, for 24 hours, all the images from Flickr that are newly uploaded in that period. So I did that for 24 hours, and there were 950,000 images came out. And then I printed them all physically, and just put them in the museum space, just to show what kind of overload of images we live with every day. And that people could just walk through and lie in the images. And the idea was to put no images on the wall, but just everything on the floor, and then you could pick up these private lives, and it was pretty ambivalent to walk through. And, on one hand it was quite breathtaking, but on the other hand it was also strange to walk on private moments of certain people. Yeah, now I'm going to show you a few books that we did since some time. We also publish some ideas in books that we have. Mostly the books that other publishers don't want. So we just collect these and make certain series of it. The first one I'm going to show is quite a nice one, because I really believe also as a designer and as an art director you have to be really aware and embrace certain mistakes that you see. And, I mean, mistakes and errors are something very important in design, I think, because everything is already formatted in certain ways, and it's always good to get inspired by mistakes. In this book, it was mistakes of people that they made in pictures and that they didn't want to pick up from the print shop. And this is also like the end of an era in a way, because that doesn't happen anymore. So this image, for instance, a woman photographed her whole holiday, but then at the print shop she found out that the negative got stuck at the first image. And her whole holiday is on top of one negative. There's a lot of double exposures, of course, which are quite funny. So it's very strange that people don't want to have these images. There's also a lot of decisive moments. I mean, something where that the photographer is always looking for. Beautiful images, I mean, scary and poetic at the same time. This is my Yeah, and another publication we make is called Useful Photography, and this is a magazine where we put only the images in that normally are images that we work with every day, and we live with them every day, but we don't see them as photography or as... so we take things from its original context and then put it in this magazine. So I make this with 5 people together, and I mean, there's just... we have a mutual fascination for certain imagery. For instance, this image we all really like. And it's quite nice when you blow it up very big and put it above your bench for some weeks. You really start to love it. I tried it. And I mean, other images from brochures, users' manuals are very interesting to look at. In their original context, you hardly see them. But when you blow them up and do something with them, it works much better. This is also a classic one, I think. Very useful photograph. And yeah, sometimes it happens then that these images end up in a museum again. And, it's something where they don't belong, but it makes it quite interesting. Another one is on photographs that I found on eBay, where people use their homes as studios nowadays, of course. So they're trying to find smart solutions how to display their photographs. So when you have a wedding dress, you are photographing against black because otherwise it doesn't show. Or a lot of times the bad cover is used because it's like one big white sheet. Or coins are used to put next to things just to show the size of it. This is also one of my favorites on the right. It's like 2 crucifixes on a bench with a ruler in between. I mean, there's no professional photographer who would ever come up with an idea to make an image like this. I mean, for me, it's a classic image, really. I'm not joking.